It was supposed to be a perfect Sunday. My parents had organized a big family BBQ, and everyone was there. Cousins, uncles, aunts, and even some close family friends. The smell of grilled kebabs filled the air, laughter echoed, and I thought, life couldn't get better. My wife, Sana, was the center of attention, charming everyone as always. I was proud to have her by my side, believing we were the perfect couple. But little did I know, within the next hour, she would shatter my heart in front of everyone and humiliate me in the cruelest way possible. After lunch, my cousin suggested a fun game. Everyone would write down the names of the top 3. People they'd date if they weren't married. Harmless, right? Laughter erupted as people joked and teased each other. When it was Sana's turn, she smirked and said, "Top 3? That's hard. I'd need at least 15 names." Everyone laughed, assuming she was joking, but then she casually added, "And honestly, my husband wouldn't even make that list." The table went silent for a moment, then erupted into awkward laughter. My heart stopped. I stared at her, trying to process what she'd just said. I forced a laugh, hoping she'd say she was joking, but Sana leaned back, sipping her drink, and added, "I mean, come on guys, we all have our preferences, right?" Some people laughed nervously, others avoided eye contact, and I could feel every pair of eyes on me. My mother looked uncomfortable, my father cleared his throat, and my little sister whispered, "That's so mean." Sana saw the discomfort, but didn't stop. Instead, she smiled proudly like she had just scored a clever punchline. Inside, though, I felt like the ground had disappeared beneath my feet. My perfect marriage was crumbling publicly. I waited until everyone dispersed, my jaw clenched and my hands shaking. I pulled Sana aside, away from the crowd, and whispered harshly, "What the hell was that?" She rolled her eyes, saying, "Relax, it was just a joke." "Don't be so sensitive." My voice cracked as I asked, "So humiliating me in front of my entire family is funny to you?" She smirked. "If you were confident enough, you wouldn't care." That sentence sliced deeper than a knife. It wasn't just a joke to her, it was a statement. And in that moment, I knew something was terribly wrong. The rest of the BBQ was a blur. I smiled mechanically, pretending everything was fine, but inside my chest was heavy. That night, I confronted her again at home. "Tell me the truth, Sana. Why would you say something like that?" She sighed dramatically and admitted, "Because I'm bored, okay? You're safe, stable, but not exciting." Sometimes I wonder if I settled too early. Those words broke me. The woman I thought loved me had just confessed that I wasn't enough for her. I couldn't sleep that night. I lay awake, replaying every moment of our marriage, questioning everything. I couldn't let it go. Over the next few days, I noticed Sana glued to her phone, giggling late at night. My gut screamed at me to dig deeper. I checked her messages one morning, and what I found crushed me completely. She had been talking to multiple men, flirting, exchanging intimate photos, and even making plans to meet up. It wasn't just emotional cheating. Well, it was physical too. The top 15 men list joke wasn't a joke at all. She had actually ranked them. I realized in that moment my wife wasn't just humiliating me publicly, she was betraying me privately too. Didn't confront her immediately. I decided to stay silent, observe, and plan. Over the next few weeks, I gathered proof, screenshots, call logs, and messages. I transferred our shared savings into my personal account, prepared documents for divorce, and quietly informed my lawyer. Meanwhile, I acted normal at home, pretending nothing was wrong. Sana thought she was smart, thought I was too naive to suspect anything, but my silence was my strength. I was going to destroy her carefully constructed lies, not with rage, but with cold, calculated revenge, the kind she'd never see coming. 2 months later, we hosted another family BBQ, this time at our house. I waited until everyone was gathered, plates full, drinks in hand, laughter filling the air. Then I stood up and said, "Before we eat, I want to share something special about my marriage." Sana smiled smugly, thinking I was about to praise her, but instead, I connected my phone to the TV and played a slideshow of her messages, photos, and top 15 list for everyone to see. The entire yard fell silent. Sana's face went pale, her glass slipped, and she froze like a statue. Sana tried to scream, tried to claim I'd faked everything, but the evidence was undeniable. My family gasped. My father shook his head in disgust, and my mother walked away crying. Friends whispered, recording everything on their phones. Sana's own relatives avoided eye contact, ashamed. I calmly said, "You embarrassed me publicly." Sana, today I'm returning the favor. Then I handed her divorce papers in front of everyone. She collapsed to her knees, begging me not to ruin her, but I turned and walked away without looking back. That BBQ ended with silence instead of laughter, exactly as I planned. The divorce finalized within weeks. Sana tried to drag it out, but with the evidence I had, she got nothing. No money, no house, no sympathy. I moved into a new apartment, focused on rebuilding my life, and cut off all contact. People called me cold, but I call it survival. Her betrayal almost broke me, but my revenge gave me closure. If there's one thing I learned, it's this: never ignore red flags and never let anyone disrespect you publicly without consequences. That day at the BBQ, she thought she shattered me, but in the end, I won.